welcome to Blue Jays Today, where today the Blue Jays just made another signing right when you thought the free agency was over. It is not over, folks. Blue Jays have signed Brandon Belt. Nick and I are going to react to this because we have no idea why or how or what's he going to look like on this team. So we're going to break it all down for you guys. I'm your host, Adam Paddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And yeah, guys, this is definitely not a move that I expected to happen. Like, to be completely honest, I kind of forgot that Brandon Belt was even available on free agency. But clearly, the Blue Jays have not. Reported earlier this evening, I believe it was from Susan Slusser. I hope that's how you pronounce her last name. She says, Brandon Belt will be signing a one-year deal with Toronto. I'm told a deal will be announced tomorrow. So if you're watching this on January 10th, then the deal may be officially announced, because this was tweeted out on January 9th at 8:49 p.m.
Yeah, literally 30 minutes ago.
Literally 30 minutes ago. We are right on the news, guys. That's why you gotta like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Now,
but it is official. It is official.
Okay, we're there.
Yeah, we are there.
Great.
Yeah,
we're
Brandon
there
Belt is agreed to a one-year deal, $9.3 million deal with the Blue Jays. Decent amount of money for a guy who is a first baseman. That's his primary position.
Right.
So it looks like the Blue Jays are addressing the bench bat. We've been talking about it on this channel. Maybe it could have been in the form of an outfielder, but it looks like they're going with the veteran Brandon Belt, who's been a San Francisco Giant for the last decade.
Yeah,
so
he's been
huge.
with San Fran for quite a while, and $9.3 million, that's definitely nothing to scoff at, right? Like, I remember when we had Randall Grichuk on this channel, and I was a big critique. I was a big critic when it came to Randall the Handle Grichuk, but it was because he got paid around the same amount of money. He was getting paid around $10 million for Randall Grichuk, so $9.3 million, definitely nothing to scoff at, and it's it's starting to get to that amount of money where I need you to give me something back here.
Yeah,
you actually need to be good at baseball.
It's a lot. I mean, I was looking at some outfielder options, all of them ranging from the $4 to $7 million
I remember you were throwing out
range.
Duvall,
$6 million. That's all they were really going to cost. But this is closing in on 10. But let's take a look at the numbers. First of all, let's see what kind of value we're getting for our Brandon Belt. 34 years old. Will be turning 35 during the 2023 season. Had a really bad year last year.
Yeah.
The 2022 season was not good, folks. Let me just read it up here. .213 batting average, an on-base of .326, which is not bad for an on-base compared to the batting average, but the OPS plus at the end of the day is just a 92.
And hold up, though. Before we even get in deep with the rest of the years and everything like that, something to note here, first baseman, left fielder, and right field.
He can play some outfield too, but first base is his primary position.
And also, too, lefty with the bat.
He is a lefty with the bat. That's a good note you're making there, Nick.
Yeah, lefty with the bat.
Obviously, we're looking for that outfield help. I mean, hey, after trading, who were our first basemen after Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? It was Lourdes and it was Biggio.
Yeah.
So I guess this is your way of filling in that first baseman need with the Lord gone, and as well as that fourth outfielder. So not a bad decision, but I mean, looking at 2021.
Oh, these are all minor league numbers.
Oh, these are all what?
Go to the top, click overview. Yeah, there you go.
Why would they give me that?
I don't know. They did it to me too when I was looking at them right before the stream.
But look at that. In 2020, obviously shortened sample size, he was incredible. And then in 2021, that's something to scoff over. 97 games, he was a little bit hurt, but that OPS was incredible. What a year.
An entire slash line actually is very good. Good batting average, great on base, good, incredible power that this guy has. Yeah. And that is a lot of pop actually for a 33-year-old at the time when he was doing that. Now granted, last season the pop definitely dipped. I wonder if that was because of the injury. And for all of those wondering that, definitely not lost on us. But I will say, take this with a grain of salt. I did see on Twitter, I think it was from Susan Slusser as well, coming out and saying in one of her later tweets, she said that he is fully healthy now. Okay. He's fully recovered from, and I was not even aware of what the thing was, but I think it was a knee thing.
Yeah, Belt is back full health after knee surgery. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit better. I mean, if he could be healthy, he could definitely put up some numbers. But here's the big question in my mind. How much playing time is someone like Brandon Belt going to get with a log jam? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got Kirk there. You got Danny Jansen. They obviously are splitting time at that DH role.
Right.
And then you got the always injured George Springer. He's going to be there. So Brandon Belt. And then you got to cycle in Espinal and Witt and all these guys. So Brandon Belt, I don't even know how you play him that much.
I mean, I think really what he is he is a bench bat. This is our bench bat, guys. Now,
Pretty good bench bat.
I don't know if this is going to be our exclusive bench bat. I'm not sure if we're going to go out and we're going to go acquire another bench bat. But I'm telling you right now, entering the season, this is our bench bat. It is a powerful left-handed hitter with versatility on the diamond. You can do first base. You can go to the outfield. Now, he is a bit older, but he's a veteran presence, right?
Yeah.
So these are all like boxes that I like to check here. I'm not going to herald you as saying that he's going to get back to his 2020 numbers, but it's good to know that we're not that far removed from him actually being really freaking elite.
Yeah, and I guess you paint it this way, too. Like, oh, look, injury's going to happen. I mean, we're talking like Kirk and Jansen are going to clog up the DH spot, and so is George. But, I mean, God forbid one of them goes down with a big injury.
Yeah, exactly.
Brandon Belt can step in right away and provide some impact to that lineup.
100%.
I mean, I'm even seeing right here a little example sent in by Frost having Belt as our number 8 hitter. That's pretty good.
Which is not bad,
That's pretty good.
If you can literally count on a guy with a 900 OPS in the 8th spot, again, not saying that's how he's going to happen, but maybe all last year we can chalk it up to injury. Maybe now that the fact that he's had surgery and that he has quote-unquote recovered fully from that surgery, that might change things. This is also going to change my opinion on him pretty quickly, too, though.
Wow, he's slow. He's not a good defender.
He is slow, and he was bad at defense. Now, wait, does this have to do with injury? Check 2021.
That's right. Let's look back. He was much better in the previous year.
Much better.
Much more barrel, much more slog. He does strike out a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a concern, but whatever. This is your bench bat. I know someone in the chat right here saying bench bat, it's kind of gone now, but bench bat, $9.3 million. That's a lot. Randall Grichuk was more. And he was our fourth outfielder. He is our fourth outfielder now.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. When you put it that way, when you paint the picture, like, $9 million on the bench, like, Jesus, dude, sign me up. Like, I'm ready to go. You know, like, I'll take that payday all the time to sit on the bench.
Right.
But this is a pretty valuable guy.
Right.
You know?
And if money's not an issue, which we've heard from Ross all offseason long, we love to say that quote. I feel like that's going to be the quote of the offseason. Money is not an issue.
Money's not a problem.
Not a problem.
We're good financially speaking.
So if that's the case, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, no, you're
Only
right.
person who should care is Brandon Belt fighting for playing time.
You're absolutely
right.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, I think that we need to start entering in the mindset of, like, can we play New York Mets, New York Yankees baseball here?
Yeah.
Can we actually just say, screw the pay, screw the finances.
Who cares?
I don't give a crap. Give me all the guys that we need. And in that regard, when you just think about it this way, when you forget about the money and you think about, does this guy make our team better?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
100%.
Right, and now I'm actually getting kind of fucking excited about it.
Yeah, Brandon Belt's sick. Dude, this guy had almost 1,000 OPS.
That's what I'm saying.
2021.
That's what I'm saying.
Off the bench.
Now I'm actually getting kind of freaking excited about it right now because Raimel Tapia, like, God bless his soul, it's like, I like him, but all that guy could do is slap a single.
Yeah,
There's really nothing else that he could bring. There's really nothing
else
that he could bring. And again, I'm not going to say that this guy's going to return in 900 OPS form, but I've never seen Tapia do that before.
No, but hey, if he gives you a career average of an 814 or an 800, perfect.
That's not bad.
Off the bench. And again, I'll say it again, guys, injury does happen. It's going to happen. And this guy slotting in, I would be excited. You know what's funny? When I was doing my research to find players to talk about for bench bats, I actually glazed over this guy because I'm like, we don't need a first baseman, and I think he's a little bit too good for the Blue Jays.
Right.
I said he was a little bit too good. Like, because look, you look at the last few years. Yes, I knew about the injury.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he's supposed to bounce back and be like a solid contributor to a team.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on our bench.
So what would the lineup go then? If, let's say that, because now we're actually getting to a place where we have some lefties in this mix here.
Oh, for
sure.
You know,
like, we're getting to a place where it's like, can we sprinkle them in places that we didn't expect? Like, that's kind of interesting, you know, like, looking at the roster now. Yeah, there we go. Looking at the roster now, like, our offense is getting a tiny bit more dynamic. You know?
Right.
I guess not as dynamic as I thought, but Kevin Kiermaier.
Yeah.
You know, like, Dalton Varsho. And now, freaking
Belt. He's not
Belt.
here right now, but he'll be here. It's interesting. I mean, what would Belt crack your A lineup?
Well, I mean, he's the bench bat, right? So you got to go, like, we're starting.
But what about a DH? You'd probably play Kirk or Jansen over him.
I think that as of right now, like, we got to stick with, because I saw somebody in here right now saying that Belt's going to, when Kirk catches, Belt can DH.
Right.
Which I don't necessarily hate. Like, maybe later in the season that can happen. But I think to start off, I mean, Danny Jansen had a pretty damn good year last year.
He earned it.
Danny Jansen had a pretty damn good year last year. So when Kirk catches, I think to start the season anyways, Danny Jansen's the man. And then, you know, maybe later down the line, if Belt is really picking it up and Danny Jansen's not so hot with the bat anymore, maybe we can have that switch.
We can switch it up. And that's what's great about this team is there's so many good options. Like, I really don't hate necessarily any player. Like, I guess the one I hate the most is, like, Kevin Biggio. But, like, him as our worst guy, I'm like, I'll take that, right?
Well, speaking of Kevin Biggio, we actually have a comment in here right now saying, from Cole Phillip Aird. Also, guys, if you haven't already liked or subscribed to the stream, then please do so. If you are subscribed and you can chat with us along with you, it's awesome. We're also 12 likes away from getting to 100, so we really appreciate it. And we're so close to making that push for 12K. We definitely we're trying to get to 15,000 subscribers by the beginning of the season. So if you haven't already subscribed, then please do so. We have somebody coming in here saying right now, Cole Phillip Aird saying, so does this mean we trade Cavan in a package at the deadline then?
A trade deadline, you mean?
At the trade deadline.
Well, that all depends on how the season's going for sure, but not right now.
I will say this. The middle infield, and we talked about this previously on this channel. We literally talked about it earlier this evening. Mm-hmm. The middle infield is starting to get pretty log jammed and pretty packed
for sure.
And now, especially having like some reinforcements for the first base position, I think it makes you less scared to make a move for a Kevin Biggio. Like, if somebody comes to call.
Because look, here's the thing: like Witt can play outfield, Belt can play outfield, right? You like Cavan can play outfield.
They can all play second base.
Witt
too.
and Espinal can all play second
base.
It's like, okay, well, Cavan's becoming like the fifth or sixth string outfielder and the third string second baseman. Look, I know you like the leftiness of him, but overall, he is probably our worst hitter on this ball team.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. Other than his eyeball. His eyeball's
also,
probably one of the best.
We just brought in another lefty.
Exactly.
We brought in another lefty.
So you don't feel as bad trading him away.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't feel as bad as trading him away.
Shout out to Gordy Brown. Let's go.
For subscribing to the channel. Shout out and thank you to all of our new subscribers. No, I think that there's actually a reality where we could see a Kevin Biggio trade go down. No, I'm definitely not going to go as far to say that this, Brandon Belt move is the cherry on top and Kevin Biggio's getting traded tomorrow.
Because we got to remember, Brandon Belt's only here for 1 year. Kevin Kiermaier is only here for 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to lose two lefties. You know what I mean? So, like, in Cavan, you have him for another 3 years. So, you want to think about the future.
That is fair, too, right? Yeah, we do need to factor in that this is a 1 year Band-Aid solution. Yeah. And it's also possible, and we're being very optimistic on this podcast right now. And, again, like, I am excited about the ceiling here. But we saw last year the floor is pretty bad, too. Right?
Yeah.
The floor can be pretty bad.
Shout out to Craig Murphy. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Shout out and thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Anything else that we want to cover while we are going live right now? We're going to stay live for all you guys, by the way, but this is, for rewatch.
Shout out to Kyle. Let's go.
Shout out to Kyle, guys.
Okay, well, let's give our final thoughts. Okay, because now, you know what? Now I'm starting to think like I'm the New York Mets. I'm Steve Cohen right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great signing, because our depth has gotten much better. If this guy gives us anything close to what he did in 2021, I am so... If he gives half of what he did in 2021, I'm happy. You know what I mean?
We're chilling.
We're chilling. So, guys, I'm happy with this signing. I love it. I'm excited to see him play as a Toronto Blue Jay.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Upgrade or decline to Raimel Tapia?
Oh, definite upgrade.
I think so too.
I like if you're even, right, in terms of your OPS plus, I will kind of lean towards the power, especially in a position like a bench bat.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm not really expecting you to do much other than maybe slug one home, right?
Yeah.
Come up big clutch with the runners on base. So
yeah, dude. If there's a reality where Brandon Belt can flirt with 15 home runs off the bench this year. That's, maybe that's a bit optimistic here, but he'll need the ABs. But if he can flirt with 15 home runs off the bench, I'm loving it.
Dude, you know what that does? It creates competition, man. I've been saying this for a while. Like, you want friendly competition in that dugout. Like, there's a load of guys on that Blue Jays bench, Espinal, Biggio, Whit Merrifield, Brandon Belt, that they want playing time,
Yeah.
They do.
Exactly. Of course they do, right? Because playing time means exposure, which means getting paid again. And if Brandon Belt ever wants to get paid $9.3 million again, he's probably going to need to hit 15 home runs this year.
He's going to need to.
Guys, let us know your thoughts on this signing in the comments down below. We're going to stay live for those of you who are live with us right now, so make sure to subscribe and put post notifications on so you know when we are going live next time. You can be here with us, and you'll miss out, or you can see the remaining content that we are going to do.
And guys, thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!